I hope you're doing well, Rocky boy. Rocky is still not feeling that great. His breathing's a little bit too fast, although he did just run outside and have some snacks. Did you have some treats? Hmm? Hello. Hello. Justin, Grayson. Hello, kids. How's everybody doing? Oh, look, I got a like. Wonder if I can get away with doing the whole live, just filming this spot on the floor with Rocky. Hey, Rocky, you dead? You okay? That's my like. That's my like. It's now. I don't wanna. Oh, Yellow. Anywho's, we're not gonna stay on him all night. He knows that. You guys are here to see me, right? Me and me alone. What's wrong with Rocky? I think he just has a cold that he's getting over. It's been a couple of days. His breathing's getting better. He has no tenderness, no soreness. I think he just had a little bit of a coldy oldie. A little bit of an oldie coldy. Goldie oldie oldie coldy. Boldy oldie oldie oldie. Come here. Come here, Rock. Rock, do you want to come here? Rocky. 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 Come. Come on. Come here. Over here. Over here. See? He's all right. He's just, that heavy breathing is the only thing I've been paying attention to. He's a little bit overexcited. Yes, this is Queens, New York. And this is Sparta, and this is Patrick. This is Patrick. Hello. Shake. Come on, shake. Give me a paw. Shake. Shake. Thank you. Oh boy. Yeah, he's just. Like I hear a little bit of wheezing in there too. Grayson, thank you. Appreciate it, buddy. Bood, what's up? Booty, 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 bandit, booty, 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 bandit, booty, booty, booty. Look, okay, there's a couple of guns there. Leave me alone. Booty, 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 booty everywhere. Booty, 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 booty everywhere. Look, he's Batman. Everybody. Oh, yeah, that's my boy. There you go. There we go. Now we got Rocky with us. Although if you're watching this on mobile, he's just disappeared. I broke my dueling tree. Jesus, slow down, bro. Stop shooting so fast. Air Max, what's up? We're okay. We're okay. So let's talk about the elephant in the room. His name is Rocky, and he's a dog. But let's talk about the elephant in the room. Virginia voted to ban assault weapons. She hasn't signed it yet, but she's going to. It's a one-party state. Due to that and several other factors, including the fact that I lost my other lease and just the way things are progressing and going currently, I'm moving. So talk to some of the people I know. You got a well of pedal to the sleeve. You'll be all right, dude. So me and Mouse have been talking. April, I'm going down to the NRA show in Houston, Texas. Because Sherry Willis, I am a firearms reviewer. I'm a gun channel. But I'm going to the NRA show in April. That's in Houston, which is about an hour away from where the house that I'm going to renovate is. So I'm going to go down there, hang out with Drunk Mouse for a couple of days. He's going to fly into Houston. I'll pick him up. And then we're going to have some fun at NRA show. And oh my God, that nose hair is so long I could see it. I'm not picking my nose, kids. I'm just pulling a nose hair. Holy shit, look at this. I don't know if you can see it. Look at the size of that nose hair. I'm so old, I'm pulling gray friggin' nose hairs. Also, Samsung S23 Ultra. Fuck your iPhone. That's the front camera at 12 megapixels. But anyways, so we're gonna go down there. I'm going to the NRA show. I'm taking Rocky with me. He's gonna be my co-companion, co-conspirator. Also, he has to drive half the trip, so you know I need the extra helper because it's a 1,300-mile drive, and I'm not flying. It'll actually cost me the same because Delta and United either need you to buy a bulkhead seat, which is expensive, or purchase a second seat for your animal. So by the time I do that, it'll cost roughly $250 to $300 each way to drive plus hotels. It'll cost me $400 each way to fly plus hotels. So it's a good plan. VA is starting to smell like New York. Well, it is a good plan, and hopefully it's going to work the way I need it to, because it fucking sucks, man. When that shit happens, they flip this entire state into a degree where I can't do what I want to do, and having that location also will allow me to build out that building and make YouTube videos on that. I can build cars on that property. So dogs are trainable. They taught this motherfucker to drive pretty much. Demand a fan. Why do I have guns on the wall? You've been subscribed for 17 months and you're trying to, and you're asking me now, brother. I hope you're being facetious. But yeah, dude, especially when the thumbnail is of that Taurus. So yeah, Mouse and I are working some shit out. So Texas will never turn. Texas will take the opposite stance of California, New York, and any of these states on principle alone because they don't want to be a state anyway. If they could secede without it becoming like an issue, they would. Also, I lived in Killeen, Texas when my dad was in Fort Hood, and I really enjoyed Texas. You have to do what's best for you and Rocky. Neighbor. Yes, that is 1,000% true. If I'm doing things because people around me want me to do things, then I'm not doing anything for me. Drive to Illinois to visit, bring mags. Yeah, so you want me to drive all the way up to Illinois and then all the way down to Texas? Yeah, I don't think so. I'm just waiting for them to turn off their alarm. Thank you. All right, so I thought it was a smoke detector. No, man, watching the snowfall makes me wish I was in Texas. Where are you, Mandan? If you're watching snow, you're obviously... Well, supposedly it's going to get back down into the 30s. It was 84 degrees here in Virginia today. And we liked it. Iowa. Yeah, that's pretty far, man. That's pretty much up there. Oh yeah, don't you know that's up there? Sorry, as former Illinois resident, frick Illinois, 100%. Also, I'm allergic to peanuts, so I'm gonna eat pistachios and see what happens. I wish I could own ARs again. So the funny thing here is the way they wrote the law is you can't buy them after June or July 1st. But if you already own them, you can keep them, which means guns are about to get expensive in Virginia. You can see Rocky right there. He's just trying to sleep. Yeah, when I go down to Texas, man, I'm going to start doing a lot more shooting. We may get a foot of snow in Wisconsin this weekend. My friend down here in Virginia didn't believe me when I told her. March is the snowiest month for the upper region. I'm stuck here for a while. My girl's whole family is here, so I had to stay. Yeah, so that's the same thing they passed here. Basically, they're copying Illinois' law. Although here the mag capacity is 15. All right, let's try this. Oh, so it is the same. Okay, so they're literally lifted Illinois's laws. They control C, control V them, which is fine. I don't care because I'm leaving. They can suck my dick. As somebody who never lived anywhere or who never had a problem moving, like I moved here in 2011 because my father had property here. How does the fine grandfathering work? If you die, do the guns get destroyed? Well, here's the weird thing. We have private sales still that never got overturned. So let's say I died. Anybody with access to my guns could just say that I sold them to them. And my corpse isn't going to disagree. As for him in Illinois, I guess that's how he does it. But like guns like my PSA AR, my Virginia lower, that would never be in question because that gun was built in 2019 when the last election bullshit happened and we tried to go one party. So, well, yeah. I don't know why. And my biggest problem with this, did you guys read the statement that was issued by her office? Do you know what they cited as their impetus for enacting this assault weapons ban? The 2007 shooting at Virginia Tech. The 19-year-old shooting is the most current event that they can claim that makes us need an assault weapons ban. Everybody's talking about Illinois. I used to drive through Ilsip all the time. As for Wisconsin, fuck you guys. No, I'm just kidding. So I was in Minneapolis, which was like 35 minutes from Wisconsin. We used to go to Eau Claire every now and then. What do you mean wasn't VT done with handguns? No, he had an assault rifle. Technically an AR-15, but we're going to call it an assault rifle for the point of their argument. No, I think he had one. No, now I need to look it up. But either way, that's what they cite for their mag capacity ban and their assault rifle ban. Okay, 2 handguns. But the biggest problem I take away from all that too is what about the response time? He had enough time to walk through 5 buildings. You say you drove through also. We used to go to the auction all the time. So in Minnesota, we were in White Bear Lake, and we would drive to Chicago and Alsip to go to the two. We would go to Auction Way Sales, which was one of the bigger auctions in the area, and we would buy from them, and then we go over to Alsip. The last time I was with them, we were you work in Alsip. That's cool. So you would have been a toddler the last time I was in Alsip, but yes. Last time I went into Chicago when we were picking up vehicles, I was riding in the back. We were in a white Chrysler Town and Country, 3 o'clock in the morning on Cicero Avenue. 2 white guys in the front, I'm laying down in the back. We got pulled over because there were 2 big fat white guys in the front. I wasn't as fat as them. These were the front pussy guys, so they got pulled over at 3 o'clock in the morning on Cicero Avenue. And the funny thing is we were driving down Cicero Avenue. So when the cop pulls us over, I look out the window and a pimp picks up his hooker. And after they let us go, we drive down the road, and 2 minutes later, 3 blocks down, we see the hooker standing on the corner again. It was just like in the movies. My buddy got rolled. Cicero sucks with cops. Well, it's because that's where the biggest drug straight and all that stuff. Why is it saying answer? Why is this just sitting there, man? I don't want that on there anymore. We'll get rid of that. But yeah, Cicero Avenue. We used to buy some cool ass cars from there because Auction Way Sales in Chicago, or Alsip, I can't remember which one is Auction Way, but they are as is. So every car that ran through was a yellow light, they used to call it. Green lights were cars that were returnable if they had issues that weren't disclosed when you were bidding on them. Yellow light meant as is. It was always hilarious because one time my boss buys a car and he's like, yeah, I don't understand why I got it so cheap, because he was bidding from the driver's side of the car. When it got back and he walked around the other side after he left the building, he realized that the guy had hit a guardrail and basically skinned the whole passenger side of the car. It was freaking hilarious. But yeah, we used to buy race cars, muscle cars, K5 Blazers. We used to buy everything from Chicago because it was kind of fucky, but it was really just like when you saw it in the movies. A lot of shady shit used to happen in Chicago. Tonight is going to be a short one, so don't buckle in for a long ride tonight, guys. I just wanted to touch base because I didn't do one on Monday. So, also, Virginia sucks. Put that in the comments. Virginia sucks. MC, what's going on, sir? How you doing? Not much going on. Got that C10 sitting in my shop right now. I'm used to the short ones. Gotcha. That's the other thing that'll change too. When I get down to Texas, or when I figure out my life, we'll organize better. It's going to be a couple of months before I go, though. So I got to drive down there, make sure that the property is actually, like, the house is, like, savable, salvageable, because it's been sitting for years. And we'll see what happens. Yes, MC, I am moving. As long as the place that I'm being offered is tenable, then yes, I will be moving to Texas. I'm moving out of Virginia regardless. Be it I move across the border into West Virginia just to avoid their stupid ass laws, or all the way down to Texas to just have a fresh start with my life. You're doing well. Saw the truck you have looking nice. Am I currently on EST? Yes, currently I'm on Eastern Standard Time. It'll be nice to get back on Central Time as well. Yeah, that's my jaw. I love being old. So also the other thing we have to do is I'm having to come up with a lot of money to get all my guns out. Mouse and I are working something out on that. And then I got to pay for the move. I'm going to have to rent a trailer. It's 1,300 miles. Would I ever go to Florida? Not on purpose. No offense to Florida, but if I'm going to move, I'm going to Texas. I'd rather be somewhere that's completely dry and not full of Florida people. I grew up in upstate New York, so get the learning going. How would you improve a Rock Island 1911 to make it more premium? The first thing I would do to a Rock Island 1911 is I would start by removing all of the finish internally on the slide. So they use their Parkerized finish, which is not that great to begin with. So I would definitely get in there and I would remove all of their finish off the slide rails, the frame, everywhere there's contact on metal, because that will smooth up the gun a lot. Second thing I would do is replace things like your firing pin spring, your recoil spring, and probably the guide rod with all Wilson Combat stuff. That will just step it up immediately and create a much better shooting gun. You can adjust the weights very easily that way. And then a lot of them, not most, but a lot of their models that aren't GI based come with adjustable triggers. So the next thing I would do is adjust the trigger to get the pull weight down. The grips are fine for 90% of them. If you got the double stack, they use the same thing as Para Ordnance G10, nice grips. Standard ones use standard grips, so you can modify those all you want. I would never get a GI model 1911 unless I'm going for a certain look, because I would want a dovetailed set of sights. That way you can change your front and rear sights as well. Dry hot weather can be awesome. Close to Saratoga. I don't know exactly where Saratoga is, but Florida holds no appeal to me. I lived in Texas when I was younger. I liked the weather. Texas could be having a gun tuber representing them, so that's something, I guess. Brandon Herrera is in Texas, so all of his stuff is Texas now. Interesting. I might do a Metal Gear 1911 if I can get the money together. That would be kind of cool. So Bursa mailed me my 1911, my double stack, my 2011. They call it the M2 2X1 or 2XI, whatever. It's their version of the 2011. So they mailed it to me without telling me that they were mailing it. So they sent it to my old address. So it got bounced back to them. So I'm waiting for that to get reshipped. And then SDS is still sending me the Mac 9. They tried sending that to the wrong address. So we got to wait for that to get bounced back and get shipped to my new, to my FFL guy. Big, huge shout out to Olight. Olight stepped up. They became a sponsor for the channel in order to help the channel. I talked with a few companies like, hey man, we're fucking going through it right now, me and Rocky and our whole situation. So I was like, hey man, can you do anything? So Daria came on as a sponsor. Olight came on as a sponsor. SDS is giving me stuff. And they said they don't care if I sell or give away the guns afterwards. So that's good. And I'm going to talk to Bursa, because Bursa, we signed a T&E, but they were supposed to send me the gun in last August, and they still haven't sent it. So I'm waiting for them to send it to me. Whew. Can one of you guys jump over to Discord? I mean, they all know the days I go live, but they probably just didn't do anything. Sleep, buddy. Yeah, I may wind up taking Rocky to the vet tomorrow because his breathing's a little bit. Daria is in the DY9Z. Yes, Daria Arms, they stepped up huge. So they sent me the review guns, and then they came on as an ad sponsor. I've done one ad with them so far. They've got 3 more coming. As soon as I do a couple more videos, I'm going to start putting more sponsors in. I need to crank up production. I need to do a couple of videos on that C10 unless I sell it this week, which would actually be my goal. I would really like to sell that truck fast so that it could be gone. It's one extra thing that's locking me down here. I'm going to go over to a storage facility that I used to use and probably put some stuff in storage, just kind of get a start on that shit that I know I'll never touch while I'm in here. And I'm only going to be here for a couple more months, so we'll see what happens. Unless, of course, like I said, unless I get to the house in Texas and it's completely destroyed, and then I wouldn't be able to do that one. Good luck on selling the pickup. Oh, I'll sell it, dude. It fires off instantly on the key after sitting for a year and a half and running bad gas. So I have no doubt that that truck will sell quickly. Wanted to sell it to Justin, but I drove it around. It's got manual brakes, manual steering, but it's drivable. Do I think the Kimber Warrior will ever be upgraded with an integrated compensator? No. The Kimber Warrior, number one, are they even still doing the Warrior line? I thought they discontinued the Warrior line. But number two, Kimber is focusing on new models. Like they just came out with their double stack 1911 that is based on the Para Ordnance. So they have the solid frame, the single piece double stack 1911, not a 2011 that you can't call a 2011, but an actual Para Ordnance pattern 1911 double stack. So they came out with that, and it's $1,000 fucking dollars for the new Kimber, which is insane. That's great money for an American-built gun. I need you to slow down that breathing, buddy. Slow down. It's okay. You got this, buddy. You got this. There you go. There you go, buddy. Slow down. Radian does a set screw. What are the other companies doing? Did they call it the Warrior? I wasn't paying attention to the name of it, honestly. If they are calling it the Warrior, then yeah, they'll probably do a comp on that. So Radian does a set screw. What are other companies doing? Most companies use a set screw for their compensators. It's just easier because if you want to do one that's custom fit, it's usually a manufacturer that would do like a pin, like the Canik TTI Combat has a set pin, a pin that holds it in there. And then you've got companies like Gerson who actually have the compensator as part of the barrel. And then, of course, all these companies that are cutting single port comps, they're called comps, but they're not comps. They're just single ports. PewView actually did a really good video on that. Go watch his video. It's really hard to make them work right. And that's why I make fun of guys that do really shitty work. You guys know who I'm talking about. But anyways, this company, Jacob Gray just did their comp, their single port on their gun, and he was saying that it's not done right because it doesn't create the right dwell time for the gases because they need to remove material inside the barrel, which the Mac 9 does. They remove the material so their port shoots straight up without being as dirty. How does Shadow Systems do their set screws? I'm pretty sure. I don't really mess with Shadow System stuff, so I don't pay any attention to what they do. Yeah, the rep for Shadow Systems gave me a bunch of bullcrap talking about, oh, I'm going to be doing this, I'm going to be doing that. It looks like it's using a kind of a locking system on the CR920. Hold on a second, I'm logging onto their webpage. Their webpage sucks. Great, I just said yes. I can't say yes any more than this. Yeah, fuck. Great. Fuck you then. You can't log onto their page. They suck. I love Shadow Systems. Yeah, it's pinned. So the integrated one is pinned, and the way they do that is there's usually a divot cut underneath so there's a little divot that's cut underneath the barrel, without going too deep into the barrel material, and then the comp goes on, and then the pin goes in, and it's basically just retention by the same way your roll pins work in your body. So why would one go 9mm only, not dealing with other calibers? Price only, 9mm good all around. It all depends on what you want to do with it. Yeah, so a lot of people would go 9mm only if you only want to run range toys in a certain caliber. You don't care about 22s. So you look at guys like 22 Plinkster, right? He just did that video, which was like an hour and a half long, showing him shooting all of his 22s. And he said he called Matt Carricker from Demo Ranch, and they were talking about how many guns Matt shot. And 22 Plinkster has more 22s than Demo Ranch has guns. And then he laughed about that. And then he said, yeah, if he saw my collection, if everybody saw his collection, they would shit themselves. Shadow Systems is coming out with a more expensive gun. It's not really hard. All they have to do, if you want to look at a more expensive Shadow System gun, look at the Jim Lovell War Poet Shadow Systems that they came out with a few years ago. The motherfucker was charging $1,200 for a $700 Glock. Stone, what is up, child? I was watching some of my range videos from earlier this year, and holy shit, have I lost a little bit of weight since then. Child, I'm older than you. You think you're older than me, huh, Stone? You look older than me. Holy shit. If I look straight on it, you can just... They're not that far apart. Grayson, I'm back. I drove down the street and loaned my boss a gun. He wants to buy the FS Tactical, but wanted to try it out first. Are you allowed to say that on the YouTubes when you're in Illinois? Aren't they going to come and arrest you now, Grayson? Grayson. So I installed Steam and a few games back on my new drives and stuff on my computer, so I can play games. But I'm not really... Since I've now made the decision that I'm leaving Virginia, I need to figure everything out over the next... Your mom. I need to figure out what's going on here. So I'm going to be doing the trip to NRA show. That'll be fun because it's 1,300 miles with Rocky in a car stuffed with guns. So that'll be great. If you're allowed to keep your AR, you're only allowed to have 10 rounds. So I'll just be flying into Fayetteville every now and then to hang out with you, buddy. That's what I told my parents too. I'll just fly in once in a while. Although it's $400 because I would buy an extra seat for Rocky. I would take like a red eye or a dead flight. And I would just pay the extra money and get an extra seat so I can have 2 seats, bulkhead with Rocky. Come and get me. He fired 3 mags at his private range and gave it back. Oh, he didn't want it? Cool. Donate it to me since I sold mine. You okay, buddy? Just checking on you, pal. Hey, buddy. Good job. Good job. Just leave all your ARs here. No, that's fine, dude. Why do you do that? Why do you do... So this is the mind of a dog, right? I worry about his comfort level and stuff. He's resting his head on a bone. It's a hard bone. And he uses it as a pillow. Also, Dog penis. I can do that since we don't have much of an audience anymore. Don't mind, just want to try one before. Wait, you're under a mag restriction? So it passed House and Senate. It's sitting on the governor's desk, and she's going to sign it since Virginia went one party. There's going to be an assault weapons ban, magazine capacity ban. Pistols can only have 15 rounds. Rifles can only have 10. You cannot buy new ARs or AR style guns or AKs, shit like that after July 1st. Leave all your ARs to me and your will. It all depends on who finds my corpse first. There'll be an IOU that's blank, and you just write your name in. I really want to get some more ink done too before I leave, because I want to get both sleeves going. I don't want to find another artist. Yeah, Mass did that. Yep. No, so I don't know which state was first to introduce all that shit, but all the states that are moving that way are literally just copying them. On your nidadum. Next time you come visit, I'm going to put a tracker on your phone wall. Or you can just call me. I'll tell you exactly where I am. The moon. There's no air. This sucks. I thought I was buying another Apollo, not a rocket. Wait a minute. I took away your bones, so you decided to lay on the floor? Come on. Was Virginia also considering vampire carry? I don't know what vampire carry is. Also, if it's like Illinois, you can get a lawsuit going to be part of a TRO to be able to buy ARs past date or until lawsuit drops. So that's great and that's fine, but I would rather just live in a place that doesn't have those restrictions. And also, think about this though. As a content creator who decided before he got kicked in the nuts that he wants to do more content again, I can't buy what I need to in the state of Virginia because everything's restricted. Yeah, I've got tons of mags. Yes, I've got tons of other parts and stuff that for guns that I already have. But like if I want to do a review on a gun, you can't ship. A manufacturer will not ship here, just like Bruce used to run into, Bruce Banner, who never drops in anymore. So he used to ship his guns. I used to get his guns and ship them to his FFL with no mags in it because it was the only way he could get it. So yeah. But just want to let you guys know that too. That was the point of this live. That we are not staying here, are we, Rocky? So basically in the next 60 to 90 days, I'll be in Texas. So I'm going to go out there for NRA show, visit Mouse, come back, probably make one other trip with like the bulk of my shit, and then go back and then drive out with my car and a bunch of other shit. How long you live for? I'm ending it at 9, dude. I just wanted to jump on and give people some information. How's the gun industry react to down economy? Stuff go on sale more often or cheaper versions come out? So it all depends. Companies, that's one thing that I did hear from a couple of companies. Rock Island says they went through an entire restructuring. So like their old PR lady is now running the company, which is interesting. And then a few other companies were talking about being in a down economy. They can try to come out with cheaper models, but the problem is parts, tariffs, imports, things like that for some of these companies are causing them to not be able to compete. And then other companies are doing fine. It looks like the Invisible Man is holding you at gunpoint. Yeah, doesn't it though? He's dual wielding. Yeah, I'll jump on Tabor after this is over. How are you gonna tell me where you're at if you're a corpse? Muscle memory. My body will hear the phone ringing, and I'll just hit the okay. Grayson said hi. Hello. I don't know what the delay is, man. The time. I haven't looked. Hold on. Yeah. So I answered your question. Just be patient, sweetie. So you got a super nice room. Then we have the nails just holding the guns. It's not a super nice room, dude. This is a bullshit room. And yes, the nails are because this is a throwback. A year and a half ago, almost 2 years ago, when I started doing lives with guns behind me, I was actually one of the first ones to do it a lot. I started that way, and I just don't feel like putting up gun wall. Muscle memory, his body will naturally get horny. I go stiff. Where's all your guns? Shockingly, when you have to drop $5,000 on your dog and $8,000 moving, you pawn them all, and then you have $10,000 in loans. Well, $10,000 in owed loans. So I'm working on getting those picked up before I move too. The gun wall was sick. It was getting there, and in the new place, I'll figure it out. It's going to be a couple of months with the guns sitting here too, so I'll probably redo the gun wall. I'll probably go and buy a couple of pegboards from Lowe's, which is what I used before, and I'll just throw them up there, and then we'll redo it for the time that I'm here. Your ammo price will be going up in April. Some Czech company that owns many of the ammo brands supposedly made the announcement. That could very well be, man. Hard times equals high prices. So be prepared for that. I don't have a response to that because I haven't seen that announcement. Yeah, just trying to focus on what I can control right now. And it's not as much as I thought. But yeah, I'll be doing that giveaway here after the hoodies get made. As we were talking about, it'll be after the middle of the month when they start getting produced. And then by the end of the month, we'll start shipping some out based on what I'm understanding. So far, only 12 of you have ordered hoodies. So you have a 1 in 12 chance of winning a $1,000 2011. So I don't know what the fuck you guys are waiting for. Did I see CZ's new $5,000 pistol? No. A lot of those guns are going to be at the NRA show in April, so I'll be seeing them then. How much do you need to get back on your feet? For me to get back on my feet, 20 grand. But like I said, me and Mouse have been talking. We discussed all the things we're gonna do, and like I said, in April, I'm gonna go and see the house in Texas and see if it's rebuildable. It's probably gonna be a full gut, which will make a good YouTube series. But yeah, it'll be one of those things where I'll probably have to rent like a trailer or something, put it on the property while I'm rebuilding the house, and it'll be fun. And I'll be back down in Texas, which is somewhere I actually like living. What is your Zelle? It's wincityarmory@gmail.com. It's my old FFL email. Waiting on overtime to pick up, so I have extra cash so I can buy one. I got it, man. So I understand where you're coming from, Booty. I said the hoodies will be shipping, but at some point I can't just keep dragging you guys along saying that I'm going to, if it doesn't happen, I need to give away the gun by the end of the month. If I don't give away the gun by the end of the month, I'm not going to feel right about it, but I will do other guns. So keep that in mind. If you don't get in on this one, we'll do other stuff to get you in on other ones. You've got 3 hoodie entries. You do. You've got 3, and Mouse has 2. So that means a whopping 7 other people have come along. And I'm not saying that to shame anybody. I'm just letting you guys know if they don't get done by the time they get produced, as soon as I start shipping out the hoodies, that's it. The entries are done. So just keep that in mind. If you don't get in for this one, I will give away other guns, especially once I'm down in Texas. Because I can still have my buddy make them and ship them to me. That won't be a problem. How's it going? Ake, it's going, man. I'm not going to be on much longer tonight. I just kind of came on to announce that I will be moving here in the next few months. 60 to 90 days, I'll be gone. So, yeah, I will be breaking my lease. I don't care. Oh, cool, man. Was reading up on Discord. Yeah, so I just remember I woke up one night, what was it, or late last week, and I was scrolling through on my phone while I was just laying there, and I saw that Virginia had passed the bills and it was going to the governor to sign, and I was like, fuck that, we are out. Is Rocky doing okay? He's getting better. Beretta A300 or 1301. Either one will do you justice. If you're a experienced shooter, you'll be able to tell the difference, but for the most part, most of us won't be able to really tell the difference. Yeah, that guy named Saddam. It's a woman that's the governor of Virginia now, her Hispanic or whatever the fuck her name is. And she is stupid and short term, short sighted, and will never have a lasting career. Or she'll be one of those 900-year-old ladies like Nancy Pelosi who just stays because she's too crotchety to get rid of. Sucks to live in Virginia. Yes, it does. A guy from our church has a friend coming down from Canada. He wants to go to the range. What should I bring? 1911 for sure. Your P320s, just so you can see what happens when they go off on their own. Your ARs, stuff like that. They all fail upward somehow. Here is the thing. They fail upwards because they do what they're told by the lobbyists and the controlling interest parties who technically are following the laws when it comes to donations and restrictions and shit like that, although they're really not. Fuck them. They all know exactly. It's a well-known secret. It's like the old Copo Camaros and shit. Anybody that's a real politician understands how these politicians are being controlled by out-of-state interests and all this bullshit. So as long as they do what they're told to, they just get promoted by the lobbyists that control them. What's the most useless designation in handguns, like tactical? What the hell does that even mean? Tactical, yes, would probably be one of the biggest ones. Target, because target is useless. It's like, okay, so you mean you're not trying to hit something with the other conversions? What would they do to a CZ75? What do you mean? What do you mean, what would they do to a CZ75? I'm sorry, I don't understand, Sammy. I don't understand. Sorry, what would you do to a CZ75? Things I've already done. I've put in Cajun Gunworks parts in a couple of my other CZ75s, which is typically what I would do to them. I always change my grips. Sights aren't as big a deal. I shoot irons and optics interchangeably. But yeah, mostly it would be grips and internals. I love Cajun Gunworks. This is my target model, and what are your other models for? Spray and Pray, Draco Baby, oh, lol. Sorry. No worries, man. Buy more mags. So I've got 8 CZ75 variants that all have multiple mags each. I don't need more mags. Maybe Vital or lock grips. Those are really nice. They're not really my style. I like a plain G10 without a lot of ornate on it. I just like colored ones. So like I have red grips on my Witness. I have blue grips on my SPO1. I have blue grips on a lot of my guns. That's just kind of good. I just zelled you $100. Fucking well, it's 60, so congratulations. You overpaid for yours. But no, it's crazy. If you want it sent back, I'll send you the difference. But everybody hit a W for Grayson for doing that. Should I put that on a shirt? My tattooed arms and me doing the W instead of the. Drunk Mouse says he likes the Echelon. Yeah, so I'm gonna let him borrow my Echelon too, so he can shoot the Sharps Brothers frame as well. He also says he's not giving you yours back. Meow 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 meow. You're okay? You're okay? Okay. Excuse me. Does Cajun sell grips? I think they have a selection of grips, but I don't think they make their own. I think they actually just sell ones that they bring in from like Lock and stuff. You can keep the 40 as long as you sign the hood in my hoodie. I'll sign it wherever you want me to. You want me to sign the hood, or you want me to sign it by the Hujima, what's it? Also, hold a second. You need to email me your address and stuff, although I think you've done that before. But what color and what size do you want, man? So we have medium through 4X available. Bullshit. I know a guy who knows where he lives. I'll be driving to his house, man. House. Best aftermarket grip modules for FCU having guns. I like Sharps Brothers. Stone likes Icarus. Guile, what's up, dude? By the logo. It's in the 3D notes, but 3XO. Okay. I'm just going to double. Yeah, I'm going to wind up keeping a 3X for myself just because I like the big ones. How's Rocky? He's getting over a cold. He'll be all right, but he's still getting over his cold, which sucks because he's a little bit of a sniffler. I'm a big boy. I'm a big boy too. And I wear diapers, so I like the extra coverage. Also, a 3X helps you hide when you're concealed carrying. Although I'm going to be in Texas, so the odds of me wearing it a lot are... I agree with you about Sharps Brother being more for carry. Yep. Yeah, no, the Icarus, and I told him that. I said the Icarus is the shooting grip. It's the precision. It's the range, and the if you want to be a competition style. And the Sharps is for your carry. I'm a little bit bigger. Are we talking about penis size? I am Asian. I have no defense. I said it. You going to the Lone Star State? Yes, I am going to the Lone Star State. Sometimes that is the rating I want to give it, but yes, I will be moving to Texas. As long as the house that's there is rebuildable. So I've decided on my concealed gun for future. A musket. A blunderbuss. A banana-filled sock. German potato salad stuffed into a shotgun. Granny panties wrapped around a slingshot. Full Armory 1911 government model. Good choice. You know, government model just means 5-inch. Good barbecue, good country music, and great guns. We'll see. Plus, if you live in Texas, you can buy a Texas-made suppressor without a stamp. You don't need to do the paperwork. You can buy and walk. So, unless you move, of course, then you have to form 4 them or form 1 them. I can't remember what you got to do. Yee. I like ye. All right, kids, we're coming to the end of the hour. So again, thank you guys for being patient with me as I transition into becoming a shemale. Moving to Texas. I appreciate that. We'll be back on Friday with another live. I got to start planning the trip because it's going to be a 2-day drive. I'm going to have to stop with Rocky and get a hotel on the way down, way back. So, can you buy NFA items out of state? No, you can only buy your NFA item in the state you live. Now you can transport them out of state when you go, but you have to do it in the state you live in. Otherwise, people would be doing that in like California. California would go to Utah and shit. You have to follow your state laws regarding NFA. Even though the NFA item is regulated by the government and on the federal level, the state supersedes federal. It's the really stupidest thing that a lot of people don't understand. State supersedes federal. That's why there are states that ban guns and some that don't. And you have to follow the state's rules regarding NFA before you even do anything with the federal. MC, you have a good night, one. All of a sudden, everybody is here. You know what? It's weird, but not that many people. We're still only at like 15 people, so it's fine, Grayson. I'm not too concerned about it because the main thing is it's the reviews that are getting all the views, which is fine. That's where I want them to go. Like the CMX I did for Gerson got 5,000 views in 5 days, so that's actually fair for me. So I need to do more reviews, which means I need all them fucking guns that got sent to the wrong fucking addresses from these. The best part is my FedEx guy actually called me trying to deliver the one to me. I just forgot. I'm here just lurking. That's fine, Max, dude. Like I said, I just wanted to pop in. Today's live stream wasn't planned for anything particular. Rocky still isn't doing great. So, Joey, what's up, dude? Joey's one of the other ones that has a hoodie. So, there's now 13 of you. So, because Grayson bought his tonight. So, keep that in mind. There is 37 entries available. So, 37 hoodies to go. And we will get those kicking by the end of the month. Okay. What should I pay for a CZS 75 SPO1? My dad can win a 2011. Exactly. 1,000 is way too much for an SPO1. I can tell if you're buying a new one, they are MSRP'd at $930, but I can tell you that you should be paying less than $700 for one. Realistically, like street money, you should be paying less than $700. I have 2. I think I paid $400 for one and $500 for the other. My patient is from Texas. We had a great conversation. Retired Command Chief from the U.S. Air Force. He was surprised I spoke straight English. Told him I wish I could speak Texan. He laughed. Well, don't y'all worry about that. One of these days you're going to be coming over here and we're going to be having some good times down there in Texas. Texas, they kind of just stop the words, you know. I'm going to hop onto Boar. You're going to take care of Rocky. Rocky is taking care of himself. I'm just paying attention to his breathing and stuff. He's slowed down a lot because he's actually unconscious now, so. All right, guys, leave a like, leave a comment, all that good shit. That's how we talk. Pretty much, man. You go down to Texas, everybody talks with that. It's a drawl, you know. Y'all go down to Arkansas, and they talk with a lot more, like, kind of words and stuff. But Texas, man, they're just not in a hurry. Texas, we do what we do. We do what we have to. All right, guys, I'll talk to you Friday. Have a good one. You can always message me on Discord. I sometimes look.
Bye. Bye-bye. Time to kill the